What's going on? How are y'all doing? All right. Today's topic is if you leave in the United States or you think about leaving the United States on advanced parole, or maybe you haven't thought about advanced parole, you might want to consider it. Folks, welcome to Green Card Guys TV. I'm your host, John Ting. I practice immigration law in all 50 states of America and across the world, helping you solve your immigration problem and maybe preventing the problem from happening in the first place. Welcome, welcome. Glad to be here. Today is Thursday, December 21st, and happy to answer any questions. In the meantime, go ahead to see if you do have a question, welcome to drop it in the comment section or discussion box below, and or share your experience. A lot of people love to share experience, and you're welcome to do the same. All right, so here we go. All right, so you might be wondering, well, what the heck is this thing, advanced parole? Why do you need to know it? Right, these are folks who either have TPS or DACA, and that is the pathway. Okay, you can call it like the gateway to be admitted into the United States as a resident. Okay, now just because you have TPS or DACA does not and you apply for advanced parole, the travel document, the 131 form, and you get it approved, that's not enough. You actually have to travel outside the United States and return so that you can get stamped basically on your passport that you've been admitted into the United States. Now, and just that by alone is not enough, right? You still have to have a sponsor. So, for example, the most common one is a spouse who's a U.S. citizen. So that's very important to have certain things lined up, right? Don't just apply for something and like a travel document, but you don't really have a game plan, right? Because maybe you heard about the advanced parole and it's great you know about it, but there's a lot of things to consider, and that's what we're here for, to help you out, point you in the right direction. Okay, so welcome again. Welcome to greencardguys.tv. And let me see if I can get this other thing set up correctly. All right. Don't be shy. Let's see. Let's see if this works. Okay. So, and then you might wonder, because what's the alternative? You wonder, like, what else can I do if I don't have advanced parole? What's the default, right? So this is for folks, the pure fact of someone who is in the United States, who have entered the United States, but without a visa. Okay, so some people call it illegal entry. All right, you might call it something else. Let's say you're undocumented, but you don't have that visa stamp, okay, or entry stamp. So if you don't have that and you want to get residency, resident status, and if you don't qualify for any exception like 245I or military parole in place or other reasons, then you need to apply for a waiver, okay? A 601A waiver for unlawful presence, but not everyone is qualified for that. And so you need a permanent resident or a U.S. citizen who is a spouse or a parent. Unfortunately, your niece, nephew, sister, brother, even a child does not count in this situation. Children count as a qualifying relative for other situations, such as cancellation removal. Okay. Let's see here. Hey, y'all on TikTok, is it glitching still? Yesterday it was glitching a bit. It's weird. The internet works just fine for the other platforms, but on TikTok it doesn't. It didn't. At least earlier, the connection wasn't so good. So hopefully, it looks like it's okay now. All right. So you're welcome to drop your question in the. Hey, what's up, Brittany? Good to see you. Welcome. If you have a question or you want to share your experience, welcome to drop it in the comment section below. Now, folks, if you're wondering how to get in contact with us, of course, for y'all on Facebook and YouTube is very easy. You can see it up there. But for y'all on TikTok, Instagram, you can give us a call, all right, or find our information. If you DM us, send us a message, we can share it with you. Or just, if you're driving especially, please only be listening and not watching, but because it's just my face, it's going to be the same thing the whole time. But the follow up here, down below, so you can so you don't forget about us. Okay. But if you have the luxury of time and you're at a computer, then you go to our website, greencardguys.com, click on contact us, and you just answer a few questions. Some of y'all have done it, and y'all continue to watch the show. I greatly appreciate it. We're happy to share more information. Brittany, I'm interested in what's going on with you, so we'll touch base. Let's see here. So, and then you can schedule a meeting with our CARES team specialist after that. Okay. Because we have a lot of information to share. We just want to make sure you pick the right lawyer. Okay. Let's see here. Any questions about advanced parole specifically? If not, I'll just answer other questions. All right. But the other thing about advanced parole, at least with DACA, when you apply for it, you can't just apply for it, right? You have to have a reason. So let me see if I can find the reason. If I can recall, it's like if your job requires you to go abroad, or if you need to, like, let's say a job conference, for example, or if there's like a family emergency, death in the family, for example, someone's ill on a deathbed, essentially. You want to try with those reasons. We've even tried based on the family member, relative already passed, but there's a memorial, right? So that's another thing. That's another way. And so you gotta try. Okay, don't give up. You might, if anything, you might need to find another job if they don't want to send you anywhere. Find another job that's willing to write a letter saying that you're required to do it. Of course, telling the truth, and flexible, right? Because the application takes let's see if I can find it. And that's the thing. When you finally get a company that's willing to do it, they might say like, "What the hell's taking so long?" But this one, okay, I'm looking at the USCIS website here for processing time. Let me share my screen, at least on Facebook and YouTube. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me click on get processing time for advanced parole. Ooh, 12 and a half months. Okay, so that's a California Service Center. If your 131 is a different location, let me click on Nebraska, 5.5 months. So hopefully you get that one. In general, any application is randomly assigned to different service centers. It does not matter where you live. So if you live in Texas or you live in Nebraska, you're not going to get those specific states. Let's see here. Good morning, Brittany. All right. Well, all right. Happy to answer other questions. Let's keep it going. Where y'all from? Where y'all watching from? All right. Clem Stigger on TikTok. What happens if your date of petition for parole elapses? Is that because you didn't use it yet? You mean, does it expired? Is that what you mean, Clem, on TikTok? So I can understand better to answer your question. Your date of petition for parole. I'm getting those two mixed up because that's technically two different documents. A parole is something that's on the old school way. It used to be on this little white card, I-94, but lately it's been in online, the CBP website, or 512L, a paper notice if you apply for advanced parole specifically. Yeah, advanced parole. Did you actually get to travel on it? If you didn't get to actually travel, you need to reapply because you need to travel on it so that you get admitted back in with the stamp in your passport. Okay. Let's see here. Hey, Flavio, what's up on Instagram? You love our content. Thank you so much. You're listening in from Rhode Island. I have not been. I can't say I've been there. What's up in Rhode Island? What's up over there? Should I have a reason to visit? What does a process of applying for advanced parole look like? So yeah, depending on the service center, you didn't see this because on Instagram I'm not able to share the screen, but USCIS website that was just looking at Nebraska Summer Center's 5.5 months. That's how long it takes. So as soon as you get the approval notice, the 512L, I think it is, the paper notice, okay, You need to use that to travel on, okay? Don't wait. You gotta figure out time to travel so you get back in, even if it's like to Canada or Mexico, so you don't have to travel that far or pay as much higher cost. But hey, if you get advanced parole, you might as well use it to see your family abroad if you want to. I'm not saying you have to, but all right. Magden on YouTube, you have asylum guaranteed? I don't know what you mean guaranteed. Do you mean approved? So you're asylee? You're applying for 131 since October last year. When can you get it? Unfortunately, on this USCIS processing time webpage, it does not specify based on what type of application or the basis, like let's say asylee. So unfortunately, I can't tell you real-time data. I wish I could. But I would say if I had to average it out between all of these service centers, ooh, you don't want Texas Service Center. 17 and a half months. My goodness. My goodness, that's ridiculous. All right. But by the way, folks, if you do have asylee status, meaning you got approved for it, and then you can actually apply for residency. You don't have to wait. It's the 131. I'm sorry, 485 application. USCIS stated in a memo online. You can see it. You can Google search it. Probably it's a public memo that yes, the law still is that you before you're approved for residency, you have to have 1 year residence in America, but you can file the application as soon as you become asylee. Let's see here. Sorry, folks on TikTok. Yeah, I don't know why, Janice. It's freezing loading. It says lost connection, but I think y'all can still hear me. So sorry. I need to figure it out because my internet's fine for the other platforms. Kind of strange. Let's see. Thanks for watching out. Flavio says good food and nice views in Rhode Island. Yeah, that nice views definitely makes sense. Probably the seafood, I suspect, in Rhode Island. I have to check it out. Rodelsky, does USCIS go for holiday breaks? Yes, I suspect they also, because it's federal holiday. I don't know that they would take Christmas off. I don't know if they get more breaks than that. It is the U.S. government. It is America. We love to work. We're trained to work all the time. So it just depends on the personnel specifically, right? Not across the board. But I mean, 1 week off, I don't think it's going to hurt them really. Because cases take a long time, unfortunately, anyway. Okay, on TikTok, can you travel with advanced parole? I need to know more information about your situation. I can't just tell you yes or no. I need to know more. So the best way to do that is to call in, okay? Or send us a DM and we'll send you our contact information. Okay, I got that one already. Let's go to the next one. All right. Nona on YouTube. What's going on? You from Ukraine? Welcome. You're here on HP, Humanitarian Parole. Can you go to Ukraine on advanced parole, getting TPS soon? Let's see. Have you applied for it? That's interesting. That's because if you already have humanitarian parole, I would have to check on that. Yeah, you're getting TPS soon, but I suspect, yeah, the best situation is to apply for advanced parole based on TPS. So yeah, hopefully you get your TPS application. When did you file that? I'm kind of interested because I know they're slow for certain. I think they're slower for certain countries. Did you apply for that recently? Rodesky, thanks so much. Appreciate it. Happy to help. On TikTok, does the mandamus work? It depends on your timing. Okay, really depends on timing. Depends on the facts of your case. Um, Depends on the facts of your case. So, are you able to share more information if you're willing to? What kind of application did you file? Are you abroad or in the United States? So, here's the deal, folks. For mandamus cases, it is more likely to get some kind of substantive answer or next step to be pushed forward if your case, or I mean sooner, if your case is in the United States, meaning you are you're here. Hey, what's up, Brittany? Thanks for letting me know. You're saying you had to switch over because TikTok is really freezing. So sorry, folks. I don't know what it says. Good connection now. Like, yeah, it does tell me up top. That's unfortunate. Maybe they're trying to glitch me out on purpose. I hope not. How can I get citizenship after green card? Um, let me go back to what I was saying earlier about mandamus cases, because some people might be wondering, well, why do the U.S. attorneys like push back more, file a motion to dismiss for folks who are consular processing abroad and waiting abroad? Because there's something called in law school we use the word doctrine, so basically legal concept. There's a legal concept called uh, non-reviewability. Okay, constant non-reviewability. So they're trying to use that more and essentially saying, "Oh, you just haven't waited long enough." And of course, judges don't know what's long enough or not. So we're going to actually start filing, um, filing for discovery, requesting discovery to really see the data and ask for it. Like, okay, if that's really truly the case that our case is not taking long enough, I like to know the data on the other people, the other applicants who were scheduled for an interview, for example, or got the visa before me, even though their case was filed later, or depending on the stage of the case. So this will be interesting to see because we'll see how it goes. Okay, I'll keep you all updated. Clement, yeah, I think I answered your question. You switched to, man. Sorry, y'all. Nona said, you heard you cannot go back to your country if there's still. Yeah, I wouldn't go back to Ukraine. I'm sorry to say that, just because. I mean, it's not asylum, but I wouldn't recommend it. Maybe you can get close enough. Is Poland close enough? Hopefully for you. Okay, I know it's tough to not be able to see family. Let's see, Flavio from Rhode Island. What's up? Writ of mandamus. You have you're wondering about it. I don't know if that meant you filed a mandamus lawsuit yet. You have an asylum case that's been pending for over 2 years in New York. Okay, applicant is here with family. I guess is like someone you know, including one USC child. Has it been long enough to file mandamus lawsuit? No, it's not. You have to wait about 4 years. Okay, 3 years. I know some people ask me like 2 years, 3 years. Our sweet chart, I guess, a sweet chart, or we through experience and connecting with colleagues and what they share. Sometimes some colleagues don't want to share, but more people are willing to share when it's about mandamus. Not completely, but it does appear every time we file based after 4 years of waiting on asylum, we've always been able to get the interview. Okay, no issues, no questions asked by U.S. attorneys. Knock on wood. So still a little too early. Okay, hopefully you haven't filed it yet. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad they have a strong claim. And that's what I like to ask folks. If the person believes the applicant believes they have a strong claim, then I would say go for it. File the mandamus, because some people, they've been waiting a long time, and then there's legal issues that could, like, if they have a son or daughter that's about to turn 21, you don't want them to age out and not get the benefit of being a derivative to get status. Man, that sucks. Now I just got a message on TikTok that said, am I still good here? on TikTok? Probably not. Connection is bad. Damn. All right, folks. Thanks for joining on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. Otherwise, oh man. Okay, good point. You have not filed mandamus yet, but they already had the interview. Oh, just waiting on a decision. Okay, so if you're already waiting on the decision, then that's different. When did they have the interview? Let me see. Okay, I guess you didn't share that fact. When did they have the interview? So I would say if I have to end the TikTok and try again. Um, July. Oh, July 2021. For those folks who did switch over to YouTube from TikTok, I apologize. I don't know what the hell's going on. I think they're really glitching me out. It's kind of crazy. So because everything else works, kind of nuts. But let me answer some more questions. July 2021. So yeah, that's been a while, right? Yeah, your situation, the person their situation is different then, because if I always look up for the calendar, then that's what, a 2 years, 2.5 years of waiting for a decision. And so that's the other legal scenario, is just my concerns about the claim, right? Like one example of China is the one example of China's one child policy that they don't have. I think it changed in 2015 or 16, so they can have more than one child. And so whoever filed a claim based on that, they're not going to win asylum. They're not going to get approved because China doesn't have that policy anymore. So that is an important thing to know, that if the whatever, like for example, government, that particular Angola's government is not, persecuting people based on ABC then anymore, or at least they claim not to, then you're the person is not going to get approved for asylum. So that's why we do encourage, at this point, for this person to file for waiting for a decision on an application. Been 2.5 years. It's time to consider it. Okay. Now let's see here. Brittany, any questions for me today? Clement, do you have any follow-up questions? All right. Flavio, you say religious based. Yeah, if it was by the government, then even more reason to file mandamus lawsuit. So you're in New York. We don't have the certification in New York, but we have colleagues that do. So we work together. So people are wondering why still hire us even though we're based out of Houston, Texas. We do have certification in other courts, not New York, but we do have local counsel there. And so even though I'm not certified in New York, people appreciate the way I share updates and things like that. So of course, as soon as something happens, like today, for example, we update the client within 24 hours or sooner, as soon as possible. Unfortunately, our local counsel do tend to file the lawsuit per our service plans. So, like for example, we offer 3 different plans, and so it's going to be very difficult to have local counsel file a lawsuit within 3 days. That's our max plan. Our pro plan is to file in 7 days after you authorize us, and then light plan is up to 30 days to file your lawsuit. So we're just very intentional to do ABC, file your package or file a lawsuit within X time, so you know exactly when the step by step is going to happen, a timeline. So hopefully that gives you an idea. All right, I joined back on TikTok, and it seems to be working. We'll see how it goes. All right, y'all a bit quiet today. All right, let's see what's happening. So does it feel like Friday a little bit? Maybe because I'm not in like a dress shirt or something. What else y'all want to know? Open book here. Most attorneys don't like to share too much information. I think more the merrier. Y'all need to make the best decision for yourselves. or share with your friends, because we have some clients that are like they had their immigration start like 20 plus years ago, and we're really trying to fight. Sometimes some people have an uphill battle because of what happened in the past, and it wasn't their fault. It could have been the attorney's fault. It's not always the attorney's fault, but sometimes it happens that way. All right, Flavio, good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Happy holidays to you. Appreciate it. And let's see here. Okay, looks like TikTok's. Oh man, it says unstable connection. If y'all have any experience on this, let me know to get TikTok to work. Hey, what do y'all think? Do you think the U.S. Congress is going to get rid of social media or TikTok? They're really trying. I don't think it's going to happen because just people are able to share more information quicker on TikTok, and people are able to make money off TikTok, right? For people who are not like able to work a normal job. Let's see here. All right, so you're welcome to ask any questions. It looks like TikTok is on a good connection now. So thanks for tuning in. If you asked a question earlier, I apologize. The question doesn't pop up here again. My bad. Okay, I do remember some questions about interview here. Attend interview if necessary. What does that mean? What did you get a letter from USCIS saying that? 797C notice? Attend interview if necessary. So for us, well, who told you that? USCIS or your attorney? So for us, we have our max plan that includes attorney representation, but our pro plan and light plan do not. But you still have the option to hire us if you want a lawyer at the interview, for example. I'm not sure if that's what you mean. Fofana. All right. All right, we're going strong. Going strong with a good connection here. Oh, okay. Oh, shoot. Let's try again. All right, Brittany. Brittany, has my team contacted you? Let's get in touch, okay? I know that no, I can't divulge information here, but hopefully everything's working out for you. Okay. Okay. Well, hopefully you can see this. Man, this is messing up the situation here. Okay. All right, so I gotta hop off TikTok. Okay, that's not gonna work today. No worries. Well, we're still live here on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. So, you have any questions? Welcome, welcome. All right. So, here's the thing. If you have more questions, right? Because lately I've been able to go live every day, mostly every day, for the last for a while now. But my schedule might change. So, with that being said, if you have questions in the future, maybe not right now, totally cool. But we do have there we go. Where is that? Okay. A Facebook group. Okay. So we're going to be sharing more information on there. You're welcome to ask questions on our Facebook group. It's the website tinglawclub.com. So join the club at tinglawclub.com, tinglawclub.com. All right. So don't be shy. We're happy to answer questions. Of course, if we believe it's a scenario that we really need to have a one-on-one, then we'll let you know. But for a good amount of people, we can just share without like a meeting. So whatever y'all prefer, of course. So that's right there. And also, if you didn't know this, we do offer, especially if you haven't filed a case at all, and you're just interested to file ABC type of case, like get married, or you think about being an investor, go for investor visa like E1 or E2 visa in America, then go to our website. All right. we do have, where we go, this way, pointing this way, and you can download a free guide on our website, greencardguys.com. If you're seeing me on Instagram, I know I look a little weird, but you can go to our website and download one of these free guides. The most popular here is the one about mandamus, suing for your legal status. Okay. And in each of these guides, all right, contains answers to common questions, estimated step by step, so you know what's going to happen next. Okay. Because we really believe it's important that you know what happens after we file a case, or even before then, when we're going to file a case. A lot of people want to know that, and we definitely understand the need for that. Let's see here. Alrighty. Who else is on? Who else? Let's see what's up. Where are you watching from? Brittany, where are you watching from again? So if you have a case, let's share some extra tips. If you have a case that you're wondering, well, I don't know, and I think I mentioned this yesterday. I don't know, should I get married or should I do a fiance visa? It's really important that you talk with the immigration lawyer one-on-one, because you might have a situation. Hey, Tony, what's up? You might have a situation that you just don't know what you're doing, to be honest. Like, because I've had a client, we have several people who say, like, they did file for visitor visa not once, not twice, but 3 times, the trifecta, and got denied every single time. But that was because they were married, and unfortunately, they had incorrect information. They thought that that was the proper way to come into America to get married together, or not get married because they're already married, but just come to America and then go through the process through the visitor visa. And no, that's not the case. So if you heard about people applying for visitor visa, and then, in the back of their mind, they might be thinking, I'm going to get married to this person. I hope you find the right fit. But the thing is, of course, you can't tell a customs officer, you hear, hey, I'm here to get married. That's not a good idea. Oh, you tell a visa officer you're going to go to America to get married. Not a good idea, right? You're going to get denied, right? And so I think that's why some people hire like consultants in your country. I just don't recommend that. And I realize a lot of people that come on the channel ask those kind of questions, and we actually don't offer that legal service to apply for a visitor visa. But we're going to come up with a program, like a short course, to help you all out for those people, for those that are not in America and want to apply for one. It doesn't come with like attorney support, one-on-one, because that'll be representing you. But we'll come up with a workshop, a series of videos, a workshop, to maybe a low cost or maybe even for free, to help you all out. Because I just really, the key thing, the red flag, if a notary type person in your country, a consultant, a community person says, I'll help you with this, even if they don't charge money, right? But they're like, yeah, I've done this so many times before, no problem. Piece of cake, right? They don't realize what can happen, the future consequences in America. So sometimes people check mark married, but they weren't actually married at all. Or if they were married, it wasn't even to that person, right? So, which is weird. It's more like they're married, but not actually married to someone. They check mark married. And every time people tell me, they're like, I didn't know. And maybe part of it's because it's done online, the application. Like, oh, my consultant, my agent didn't tell me. I'll take it for what it is. I don't know if they're lying to me. I love to believe they're telling me the truth. But you can file for a waiver, 601 application, but that's going to cost another $1,000. And then you have to be eligible to apply for waiver. You might not be eligible. So those are some things you need to consider, folks. Okay, so especially this message, PSA, public service announcement, is really for folks who are outside America and are considering to hire an agent or consultant to apply for visitor visa. Okay, so stay tuned. We're going to come up with some kind of program, a workshop, video workshop. So I mean, if anything, the message takeaway from that is tell the truth. Don't say anything wrong. Don't misrepresent information. Okay, that's the point of the whole waiver, to say that you've done something wrong. And that's another hot tip about that, is that some people say, "Well, John, I didn't do anything wrong. It wasn't me." Like, if that's the case, happy for you, but you're gonna get your waiver application denied, because a waiver application, USCIS wants you to essentially admit that there was some wrongdoing. So this is not a crime. This is civil situation. So it's okay to admit that you've done something wrong. Now, still speak with a lawyer one-on-one, but at times that I've seen people denied, they've called in, had a consultation, we review it, and people say, the USCIS says, well, we have to deny it because you didn't admit any wrongdoing, right? So that's the whole point of the waiver application, to admit you've done some wrongdoing. So please waive this inadmissibility. Okay, so hopefully that helps. Alrighty, that was a long hot tip there. All right, let's see. All right, so I apologize. I started a little bit later than usual. Had a client meeting and gotta get back to the meetings. Okay, gotta get back to my team meetings now. So I appreciate it. Gotta work on some cases, and I should be seeing you tomorrow, hopefully, if my wife can watch the kids. All right, so y'all have a wonderful day. Take care. Appreciate it.